How do people? I'm back in the garage today and it's actually freezing. So if you see any snot or shininess, I can't help it, it's just really cold. I mean, what's going on? It's, what is it, April, and it's freezing. It's doing my nutting, I tell you. But anyway, so I'm back in the garage and I'm going to do the mudguard, front mudguard support. I've already made the front mudguard. That's carbon. I've already done that, but I now need to make the brackets that you know, bolt to the forks and then in turn bolt to the carbon mudguard that I've done. So I have already started, and I've kind of forgot to pick up the camera again, but I did remember this afternoon, so I'm going to try and leave the waffle to a minimum, and just a little bit of what I'm doing with the bits of cardboard, and then transferring it to some metal. I've actually already kind of transferred it, if you can see that. Right, there we go. That's what we've got so far. Just quickly, before you spot things and start to panic, these are obviously not staying. The disc's obviously not bolted on properly. That actually needs a spacer doing for that. So if you notice anything that looks a little bit odd or not quite right, it's just because I haven't finished. So yeah, that's all that is. I don't want you I don't want you having a bit of a meltdown that something's going to fall off. Hopefully it won't. But anyway, look, so there we go. That is that hopefully is going to be our bracket, our support, which will in turn support the carbon mudguard. I'm going to try and do some returns around there to give it, you know, give it some strength and also make it look prettier. Right then, let's try and nibble this out with this. Like I say, I'm not going to waffle. I'm just going to try and get on with it. There we go. That is as far as I'm going to go with that. I am now going to get my cutters and just cut the rest in by hand. Get it close. And I think we're going to put a little return on, so we don't need to be too specific. But yeah, so I shall get my snips and then we'll do that. Well, there we go, we're nearly there. I'm just going to nibble these last little bits out with a belt sander, and hopefully that should be somewhere near. So let's just buzz these out quickly. Right, there we go. That should do. It's pretty much there. Needs some cleaning up, of course, but we'll do that nearer the end. But that is the basics that I need. I'll pop a couple of holes in it and then put a couple of bends in it, and hopefully we'll be somewhere near then. Yeah. Right, there we go. Let's whack a couple of holes in it. We've got one there, one there. With my little trusty cheap pillar drill. Perfect for what I need. Perfect. There we go. And we'll just whack them out a little bit bigger. There we go. Fingers crossed they're somewhere in the right place. No, me, they're not. Rightio, so I've just tried that on, and amazingly, they're in the right place. I'm not very good at that. But right, let's put a fold in here. This isn't going to be the simplest of things to do, actually. Because of this little shallow piece there. This bit's okay because that'll work, but this bit we'll have to persuade gently with maybe a piece of wood or something. I'm sure I'll find something, but and also, Mr. Wayne, make sure you go the right way. So I think we want to go this way. Yep. Let's see, what have I got that can help here? Let's give it a little tap with this. Do you know what? I'm just going to do it by hand. Here we go. Okay, I've no idea what the angles are. I should have measured them, but I'm so impatient. I just went for it, so. But we'll get somewhere close. Right, okay, so that's one fold. We need the folder. Right, okay, so we've got the little folder out. Again, it's only a little cheapy, but again, it does what I need. Obviously, I do have bits and pieces at work. But one, I've only got a small little garage, so I can't have anything too hefty in here. And two, like I say, if we're doing little bits of alley or, you know, thin bits of metal, this is fine. That may have been a reasonably good guess. Let's have a look. Can we see? Oh, miles high. There we go. That'll do. That'll do, I reckon. Again, and we are somewhere near now. I just put that in there. Like that. Yeah, we're somewhere near this top part. Hang on a sec. Okay, so we're nearly, well, we're not nearly there, but we're getting somewhere. It's slightly better than the cardboard. Not a lot, but a little bit. So we've got to tweak this part here. This needs a slight curve coming that way to meet onto the mudguard. And we also need to put a slight return down that marker edge, and again the same around here. I might have to trim a little bit off because we are very close. I think, yeah, look, we are, that's way too close to the fork stanchion. But hopefully by the time I've returned that, to give it, you know, give it some strength, once that's got the return on it, we should be all right there. But I might have to trim some of this out, I'm not sure. So I will get back to that. We do need to trim that back slightly, but yeah, I'm going to go with that, and hopefully once it's on and we're a bit more, got a bit more shape there, you know, take your eye out. Also, that marker line's not helping either. In an ideal world, that probably wanted to sweep down, maybe, to follow this curve. But I'm going to be honest, I ain't that clever. So we'll have to make do with that. I've just had a visitor. Waff Waff? Oh, Waffle's come to say hello. Hello, Waff Waff. All right. Hello, Waffy. This is Waff the dog. She's all she's looking for is food, to be fair, aren't you, Waff? Hey, good girl. And we've got another one. She's called Willow, but she's not quite as funny as you. Actually, she's really funny, but she's not as pretty as you, is she, Waffy? Hey. Right, so I'm going to do the usual here. I'm just going to get my grips and just gently just tease that edge over, so we get a little bit of shape and a little bit of strength in it. So I think I'll probably do this on time lapse because it's fairly boring, but I will give you a little snippet. So we'll run along the back edge of that marker line, and I'll literally just do that little bit at a time. There we go. Like that until we've done the whole thing, and I'll go over it a couple of times just so that I can get it to roll round, and then we'll whack the file on it and just neaten it up a little bit. Happy days. Right, okay, so after much messing about backwards and forwards and filing and bending and hammering, we have now got to this stage, which I'm reasonably happy with. I'm still not 1,000,000% set on how that looks, but like I say, I don't really think I can change that. It's yeah, it's one of those tricks of the eye things. I suppose I could cut it down. Yeah, I mean, that is an option, to maybe cut it down so that it doesn't look sort of wonky in there. But yeah, pretty happy with that. Probably going to have to make some sort of infill panel there, but I will continue with this, and we'll see where we end up with it. Right, there we go. It's much later in the evening now, but we have some progress. It's not brilliant, it's not perfect, but it's going to be good enough to work with from here on. So I will just run a little bit of sandpaper over it, just to try and get a more uniform finish. Because when you've got different sort of finishes, it's sort of hard to visualise things sometimes. So if I just scuff it all over, I mean, we've got the sort of basics there, look. We've got a little sort of return down this edge, and we've got a return that edge. The only bit I struggled with really was this little piece in the corner there. You can see it's gone a little bit shallow there, but hopefully I'll be able to sort that out. But yeah, so if I just sort of give it a uniform finish, and then I'll stick it on the bike and show you what's going on. Obviously it's been on and off the bike. There's no point in trying to record every single piece, else I'll be here, or you'll be here, for hours. And it's the same old rubbish backwards and forwards. So try not to bore you all too much, you know. I'm pretty okay with that. So there we go. Look, that's a little bit better. Can we see? There we go. Sorry again, the light's rubbish here. It's glaring a lot, but I can only do what I can do. Right, there we go, look. One little side panel. I'm going to have to make a spacer for the bottom, but for now we'll just use a couple of washers. So that will sit there like that. Like so. And that. Right, so we've got, let's take a little bit of right, there we go, look. That's somewhere near. We've got a tiny bit of spring here and there, but that'll be fine. Once it's actually bonded to that, that'll be fine. So let's have a look. There we go. That doesn't look too bad at all, really. So that doesn't look as bad now. Now that it's kind of more in a uniform finish, it doesn't look as bad. It's still kind of tricking the eye and whatnot, but I can't really change that. But anywho, and I think what I'm going to do is probably put sort of like a bit of an infill sort of panel, sort of like that, just so we've got a little bit of depth sort of around the front, maybe at a, you know, little bit of an angle possibly. We'll see. It definitely needs something. I can't leave it like that. It needs some sort of return. But yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. Let's see if I've got no room again, sorry. But there we go. That's not too bad at all. Not too bad at all. Let's have a look from up here. Yeah. Yeah, we're getting there. We are getting there. Right, I'm going to leave this one here because it's somehow I've got to try and edit this lot down, and I don't want it to be too long because that's when you all fall asleep. But yeah, I'll leave that now. I think the next thing I'm going to do with it is probably weld a return on it. So my alley welding is not great. I'm very new to TIG welding, so I'm not going to record that because I will spend most of my time blowing holes in it and swearing quite a lot. So I'm just going to finish that off camera, and yeah, probably maybe pick it up once it's you know, ready for prep or something. I don't know, but it is a start. And also I've got to do the other side, which I just literally thought of. But yeah, so yeah, that'll do for now. Yeah, thanks for watching again. I've got a few new subs, which is really nice. Yeah, some of you guys have kind of seen the bike on the interweb, Instagram and Facebook and whatnot, and have kind of come over to try and sort of, you know, have a look and see how certain bits were done. So I thought it will be nice to just try and get back to doing a bit more work on it rather than doing like progress sort of videos. So yeah, so thanks for you lot for kind of coming on board, and a massive thanks to all my old subs and all the people that kind of reply and comment and that, and you know, it's really nice to know that you're still with me, sort of, what is it, 18 months or so, 2 years, or I don't know, whatever. But yeah, but that's really cool. But anyway, it's really cold now. My nose is like really snotty. Yeah, it's cold, and I'm tired, and I'm going to go and have a look at seeing if I can make something out of all this lot I've recorded tonight. So thank you guys, and we'll see you again.